What's up, guys? Happy Monday. Tori Speedy. This will be episode 12 on Tapped In with Tor. It's 5:30 in the morning, just pulling the gym parking lot, getting back on that routine. I actually woke up at midnight, stayed up because I had slept I pulled an all-nighter Saturday. I had to break down my salon loft, tape, paint, break down furniture. And a 13 by 15 room, you're like, oh, that's not a lot. I was thinking, oh, I could do that in a couple hours. I'll be able to paint, whatever. No, nope, that was not the case. So today I'm pretty sore. I actually took an Epsom salt bath at 2:30 in the morning today, but it did help. Just feeling pretty sore. And so, regardless of that feeling, I'm going to show up for myself no matter what. Because when you can't keep your word to yourself, how can you expect to keep it to anyone else, right? So it was just, I think this episode's gonna, it's a little bit unorthodox, right? Well, I guess most of mine are. I'm closing a chapter on my life as well as starting a new one. And I feel it in every direction. I feel it pulling at me. And it's wild looking over the last year and the last 6 months, especially because I really started to speak certain things into existence, journaling things like holding myself to a high accountability, to mark certain things off my day every day. That meant like no to things, that meant losing friends, that means people not understanding, that means being right, being tired sometimes, it's part of it. Elevation is but like regardless of how I feel physically, mentally, I'm just in this zone to where I can't explain it. Nothing else matters. It's just like I'm doing what I need to do and just embracing change and embracing every moment, the highs, the lows, all the feelings that arise as I close a chapter and walk into a new one. You can hear how tired I am in my voice. I am pretty tired, but so I'm going to just talk about what Saturday really entailed. I could have paid someone to paint my loft for me. It was kind of like when I moved in there initially by myself. I painted it myself. I like learning and doing, especially like DIY stuff, making a home or a place your own. So with that being said, I could have easily just paid someone to paint it, but I knew that it would give me some space and some time to process it and truly to allow myself to feel the emotions involved with closing a chapter, because no one talks about the grief that comes with even doing something exciting or change. There's always grief involved with that. And so that's okay. I gave myself the space to process it and feel it. And there were things that came up. It was like hair was a chapter in a season of my life that brought a lot of fulfillment. And it's not just cutting hair. I had invested a lot into the certifications that I took, and it almost makes me emotional talking about it right now. So I just learned so much about myself. It wasn't just cutting hair for me. I didn't even really cut hair. Like I didn't have like haircut clients. My haircut clients would come to me and then they'd always end up right getting color and usually extensions and end up finding this like, self-worth. I help people invest in themselves and really bring that with extensions. I help bring what like their dream hair to life. And there were so many different circumstances, right, that sometimes women are experiencing when they're experiencing like, hair loss or stress, or so there's no way that it could have just been hair. I spent 5 to 7 hours usually with most of my clients at a time, sometimes two of those appointments a day, which led me, on the flip side of that, it led me to the reason why I don't want to do it anymore. And I guess I'm going to post this on my hair page as well. And so it wasn't just hair. I made so many connections, several that will last a lifetime. I was thinking about some of the highs and then some of the lows, and it got me out of my comfort zone in so many ways. I truly did experience the ebbs and flows of entrepreneurship. I had times that I didn't know how I was going to do it, but I also had times where I was like, wow, I've never experienced this before. I had that fulfillment. I found that purpose. I knew that I could do things on my own and stand on my own. I think there were times that I looked around and I compared myself to people and I was like, why am I not there? What? And I was just on my own journey. And I think that was the point. I was supposed to experience all the feelings. And I think It was one of the things that I told myself at the time that I was good at. I used to tell myself that I wasn't good at a lot of things, and the truth is that couldn't be farther from the truth because I am. But I felt like it was this outlet that brought so many incredible people into my life, and I built the best connections. I have most of my clients truly have been with me since day one. So I've been in it for 5.5 years. The majority of the clients that I have that still come to me every 5 to 8 weeks have been with me that long. So I just want to say thank you, and I love you guys so much. You truly did see every part of that journey, and I'm so grateful for you. And it's wild because there was this influx of new people that inquired over the last couple months, and unfortunately I just couldn't take them. So as I was thinking about these things, it wasn't just covering someone's roots and hanging out with them for a couple hours, right? It was sometimes having a person sit in my chair that had just lost their mom or their dad, and then looking at my own experience. I had been through specific things, right? Certain things that I could relate to, and I had this moment come over me a lot, that I went through this, I can relate. This person can relate to me. I'm holding their hand and essentially helping them through this. So it's way deeper than hair. Having those super loyal clients, and then you doing their daughter's wedding hair and getting to know their family, amazing. And then as I experience certain things in life, sometimes it's inevitable. A person can only take off for so long, right? So after I experienced Loft, I had this guilt kick in. I was like, no, I need to show up for my people. But thank you to the people that let me be human and process things and never judge me, because I did have breakdowns myself while you were sitting in my chair. So thank you for creating a safe place for me. There would be times that I'd be on a high, right? I would be having it could show me how small my problems could be sometimes, because I've experienced someone telling me they had a cancer diagnosis in my chair, and not knowing that day when I woke up, I'm in my routine, and then I have that news shared with me. So it's just all over the graph as far as emotions, and I was equipped. God knew where to put me at certain seasons. He had certain people meet me in certain seasons, and it's just like, guys, it wasn't just about getting your hair done, right? I saw some of those people become a mother for the first time, experience postpartum hair loss, and I helped walk them through that. But also seeing that, and then I had the opportunity and the pleasure of meeting your children and knowing your kids and knowing their favorite color and being equally as excited to like the pictures you post after their spring concert. That's where it gets emotional for me, because it's like sometimes I wasn't just doing your hair. I was involved in your life. And some of you guys will never know what that meant to me, because I've been in Indy for the last few years by myself with my dogs, 30, living here. I'm single, and from the bottom of my heart, I just have this immense amount of and I'm just speaking slowly to find my words so I don't cry. I know it's a safe space, but like, I'm so grateful, because that truly did propel me in my journey. And like I said, build and equip me and just show me that I could do it. So I just at this point in my life, I'm managing my time a lot more. I'm managing my energy. I'm doing more things that bring me joy. I have location freedom now, which is a blessing from God. So I don't know. I'm excited for this new chapter. I'm excited for where it's going to take me. I'm excited for the people I'm meeting. I'm excited to experience true alignment and fulfillment and have more of that time in my schedule to do things that bring me joy and that keep me going and that fill my cup. And so, as sad and as happy as it is to end a chapter, it's totally necessary, and it just puts it in perspective how small our problems can be sometimes, but also how necessary the valleys are, the good and the bad, right? Because it wasn't just a valley, there were just valleys. And I truly think that you need to feel the weight of a valley to appreciate what it feels like to be on the mountain. And I have. And I guess that's going to be it for my episode, because I need to go into the gym, right? It's 5:47. So there's my episode, and I just want to say that I love you guys and have a kick-ass week. Make it a great one. do the hard things, do the things that help you to show up as that best version of yourself, be a little selfish, and ultimately try to find happiness in the mundane and the ordinary things, because it's over time that you consistently do that, that you look and you're like, wow, I'm living a walking miracle. And it's a Monday, it's a brand new week, it's a fresh week, and I'm so excited for this week because my lease to my place is also up as well. So I had a loft lease up, and then I the loft to where I live. So, yep, life is good. So, anyway, happy Monday. Make it a good week, guys.